Welcome to the Creative Isaiah channel, and this is the Creative Isaiah. This is day 21 of the Design for Impact Challenge. So today we're going to be creating a flyer design for a handmade shoe brand. Footwear brand rather, handmade footwear brand. It's a promotional flyer. The goal is to create an attractive flyer that promotes the brand's handmade shoes and highlights quality, craftsmanship, and comfort. Alright, so we'll make sure that this flyer is straight to the point and simple. Yet, so whenever you're designing, please make sure that you keep your flyer simple. Whether you're designing a minimal flyer or a maximal flyer, make sure your design remains simple. When we say let your design be simple, we're not saying you should make it plain and just make it boring. No, that's not what we are saying. When we say make your design simple, we are saying that every element that are not necessary on your designs, remove them. Try and remove them. Don't use too many elements of your design, and your design ends up losing its message. Right? Yeah, use the elements that are only necessary. Look at the design and check, are there any elements that are not really necessary? They don't really add anything to the design. You remove them and then keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it stupidly simple. Keep it simple. Alright, so let's enter into our Pixellab and start our design. So I'm going to be using Alright, so I'm going to be using a square size. Right, so let me import some things that I will need to use for this design. So this is let me give you a trick that I use whenever I'm designing. Right, so if you are designing something and I think I've said this before. Yeah, I think I've said this before. You are confused on the kind of color to use, especially if you are designing for a brand that do not have a specific color. Like they tell you that I don't have a brand color, just use any color that you think is okay. Now you can make research on that brand and get colors that resonate with that brand, get colors that is commonly used in that brand, and then don't just use color anyhow. Try to find out the meaning of the colors. Let every color in your design play a role. You get, yeah, try to find out what they really mean. Why are these colors being used? Alright, so I think I've said this before in one of my videos. Alright, so let me set my background. And I don't know, I like using a plain background, not because I cannot use just like using a plain background. So let's continue. Alright, okay, so come to ingredients. Okay, alright, so let's centralize it like this, bring it down a little, and here we go. So the next thing to do here is let me bring in the shoes I'm going to be using. Alright, so this is the shoe I'm going to be using. Alright, so let's bring it here like this, increase it a little, and here we go. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, so let's go to shadow, enable our shadow. I don't really like the shadow effect, so let's do something different here. Okay, alright, so let's see if this will work out. If it doesn't work out, we create another again. Okay, alright, so let's create the shape again, rather the shadow again, and let's be careful this time around. Alright, something like this. click OK, give it a pencil, and bring it to the back. Reduce the opacity. I'm not getting what I want, so let's try it again. Let's try it again. Alright. So let's see if this one works. Yeah. So let's leave it like this. Let's leave it like this. Yeah. Alright, so we have something like this. Okay, the next thing to do here is to write out the title. But before then let's move this guy back into something like this. Okay, so what's the title? The title is Crafted with Passion, Worn with Pride. Crafted with Passion, Worn with Pride. Let's pick a font. So I decided to change the heading because it looks too long and too plenty there. So just got something short and simple. Step into quality. Right? So let's add. Okay, let's add. Just a minute. Sorry. Let's add a color to it rather, not picture. Okay, so we'll have something like this, right? We have something like this. The next thing to do here is the next thing to do here is to write a short message. The short message. Where is it? Okay, footwear. Experience footwear made with passion and precision. Perfect for everyday. Blah blah blah. So let's write it. All this write up, there are too plenty. Go to font and let's pick let me pick an arrow. Let's use this one. Let's use this one. Alright, so let's now write down the qualities or the highlights right now, because that's the main aim of this flyer, to promote the brand and to also advertise the highlight and quality of all the shoes made. Alright. So this is the icon I'm going to be using to illustrate quality. Alright, so put them here. Alright, then let's copy and Alright, so here we go with our design. Alright, the next thing to do here is let's write out. Alright, let's create a space for okay. So the next thing to do here is let's write down the highlights: durable, comfortable, handmade, affordable. Alright. Durable, alright. Durable, comfortable. Comfortable, handmade, 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 then affordable, affordable. Affordable. So we have something like this. Alright, so the next thing to do now is let's create a space to display some of the crafts. Create a space to display some of the crafts. Alright, so we have our services rating. Sorry, the crafts. We've uploaded the pictures of some of their crafts, right? So the next to do now is to write down the call to action. Call to action, or rather, contact details. Contact details. Alright. Okay. Alright, so let's write down the contact details. Before then, okay. CraftSteps. Underscore footwear. CraftSteps underscore footwear. Okay. Go to font. Alright, so we have so our flyer is done. We have a flyer like this. So let me just add one more thing. ready? This is what we have here, right? So you can go back and watch the video very carefully, and then try to replicate it, or use it as a guide to create your own. Use it as a guide to create your own. All right. So we've come to the end of this video. And also, if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.